So as we know, everybody is incredibly excited for the release of GTA 6, and with the trailer, the game looks incredible so far. I mean, it's nothing short of the barrier of Rockstar. Well, except their incredibly poor trilogy. I mean, actually, to be fair, the remasters aren't entirely that bad now, and as loyal Rockstar fans, we've been eagerly awaiting gameplay. I've been scouring the internet to try and find something that could replicate what GTA 6 could potentially look like on these current-gen consoles. So the gameplay that I'm going to showcase, some people may say that it's probably not going to look like this because of the limitations of the current-gen consoles, but me personally, I believe if the game is optimized correctly and is just utilized to its full extent, then it could potentially be amazing and meet these expectations. Now, in my previous video, I kind of discussed the way that people were creating these fake GTA 6 trailers towards the gameplay, and one actually particularly caught my eye, and I kind of want to just review it and go over it. But before we do, if you could please subscribe and like the video. If you enjoyed this video, that would be amazing, because I'm trying to grow my channel, and of course, it's a way to get into the discussion of new upcoming Rockstar titles, as we know that this franchise prioritizes quality over quantity. So this article on the Gaming Bible says, GTA 6 fans blown away by hyper-realistic GTA gameplay footage. Now, the thing that I'm going to say about this is we obviously know that this isn't official, because if it's not by Rockstar, it's not going to be, you know, official gameplay. The one thing about this article which captivated my eye was the fact that the gameplay looks very good. It's not just like adding wet roads like in the old clickbait trailers. It's not just like adding wet roads like the old clickbait trailers, but it genuinely looks like it could be something replicable. Now, I feel like when it comes to the limitations of the Series X and PS5, I personally believe that the game won't necessarily be groundbreaking like visually, even though it should be. But I feel like with its 4K aspects, they can only go a certain extent to make the game look as pretty as it should be. But the way that I think the game will look pretty is not by the graphics themselves, but by the attention to detail of how the models will look, the inclusion of ray tracing and weather effects. And this has already been proven by people trying to make mods for GTA 5 and try and max out the graphics with a 4090. So this article links to a video by Digital Dreams, which I'll leave credit to in the description. But I'm going to be going over this gameplay because I genuinely believe that this looks incredible. And whilst I hope this is not what GTA 6 looks like, I think it comes in a swinging distance in terms of adding like the right lighting effects and making sure that the game is as clear as possible. So this is an 8K footage, so it may dip from time to time, but something that really caught my eye about this footage is just the way that the lighting works. So for example, when you kind of see the sky and like the colors, it's not just contrasting, but it's also making it so the game looks visually impressive, not just adding rain effects or making it extra sunny. I believe that just visually, the way the game should look is it should have that level of photorealism. And whilst these graphics aren't necessarily perfect, and most definitely won't replicate GTA 6, I still believe that this is a very good representation of kind of the way that I want the lighting to look, because the lighting in this is incredible, and I can't actually show you what this looks like to the full extent, because I'm actually showing some 4K footage. But if you want to see the 8K footage, yeah, see like the rainbows and stuff, and the way that the light shines off of the pavement. That's very cool. And also just like the way that the weather works. This mod is not trying to necessarily just make it rain all the time, so then the game just looks like a clickbait video. But I like how the fact that, obviously this doesn't look perfect and this is mods, but I feel like the whole aesthetic, like we really just want that peak kind of attention to detail when it comes to the lighting. That's mainly why I really like this video, because all the other videos don't really pay attention to that. They sort of just like put up the wetness, and like this actually looks natural. This isn't like crazy rain like it would be in the other trailers, for instance. Obviously there are like some glitches and some bugs, but what I like about this is there's actually attention to details when it comes to the models as well. Obviously this is GTA 5, we already know that, but even like the simple lighting effects, like making it so the cop cars lights flash. On a graphical level, I'm hoping this is not what GTA 6 look like, and it probably won't. But I'm hoping that the lighting is very similar to this, because yeah, like as you can see, the graphics aren't very good, but the lighting is just really good. I love the lighting in this. Like even how like the sand is slightly wetter, which shows because the way the lighting's working. Even just attention to detail on the roads, like look at how the roads have so much tint to it, and the roads seem very sharp. They're not just like infinitely wet everywhere, and you can kind of see like the way that the whole map has been lighted up. I really hope that there's a lot of lights in this GTA 6 map. A lot of people have also been talking about the scale of the map. I think the scale of the map is fine. Like, oh my god, even look at this. Look at the way that the rain, it's not just raining, but it's also reflecting the light off of the rain. And like you've even got like the rain effects on the screen. That's something that we need to also have. We need to have like rain effects, or if it's cold, they add like a winter kind of effect. And I love the way that the lighting just reflects off of the trees as well, and how you can kind of see the lighting work on the traffic lights. That's what we definitely need in newer just titles in general, because graphics can only go a certain extent in video games. If we really focus on lighting, then you're going to make the game look more visually impressive without sacrificing on resources to make the game look better itself. Pretty much, in short, lighting is the way to better graphics without putting too much pressure on your system. And this video also looks really good because it's not rain. It's actually look at this. This is actually good weather. It's mainly contrast as well, which is really helping this, but it's also the way a lot of the models have been redone, like the building models. Obviously the people don't really fit in that well, but then again, it is GTA 5. There's only so much you're going to be able to do with mods. But one thing I'm super excited for is not just with, if you guys have seen the Unreal 5 engine showcase, then you are genuinely going to be blown away by the graphics of that. If you subscribe to my channel, I might do a video on the Unreal 5 engine graphics. They are so good. But yeah, but if you see like the trees, the way that the light reflects off the trees, it's not just shooting straight through the trees. Another thing that they have to focus on is the render distance. So if you're able to see far into the distance, unless you're like trying to focus on FPS, I hope there's like a graphics mode and then an FPS mode. I've heard that this game is going to be running at 30 FPS all the time, and if they do that, I don't know. I don't really like that. But maybe like they're doing this whole marketing thing where the Series X and PS5 will be at 30, and then the PS6 and the new Xbox will run it at 60, which I really hope isn't the case. But even like you can see the way some of the trees are swaying as well. Like the trees don't just stand still. Like, not the trees, but the palm trees. But yeah, I'm hoping that the game doesn't look like this, but I hope the lighting looks like this, if that kind of makes sense. Like, even the simple effects, such as the clouds, like, oh man, like, this lighting is just another level. Even, like, another thing about this trailer is the reflections. The reflections are really good, even if you, like, look on the back of this car. I think this is a very good example as well. Like, obviously, the graphics aren't good, yet again, and it looks a lot like GTA 5, but I still think, in general, just the way that the contrast of the colors just reflect onto the game. And this isn't just putting the saturation up. I feel like this works when it's daytime. When it's nighttime, the saturation goes down and it goes into like more, well, nighttime. Like obviously the weather would reflect the contrast and saturation of the game itself. This is also another perfect example. Look at the way that the sun shines down on the grass. Yet again, the graphics don't look great, even though like they're like good for GTA 5 standards. I feel like you have to like really see for yourself. But hey, I mean, you know, if GTA 6 does end up looking like this in terms of the lighting, I'll be really excited. Before people say like, why are you making this video if we've already seen the trailer? Gameplay trailers versus cinematic trailers can be very different, so it's not always like a good eyeball. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. If you can give me a like and a subscribe, that would be amazing. And let me know what you think in the comments and how I can improve in any sort of ways, because I'm just trying to grow. So thanks, and see you later.